There's a lot of great mining rigs you can buy to earn passive income. However, there are some mining rigs that are not quite as good as we hoped or that they were. Like this one. This would be a MiniDoge Pro miner. Unfortunately, Doge hasn't been holding up all that well. Yeah, I know, we got the cutest Doge in the world and all that stuff. But as far as mining Dogecoin goes, well, it's been a little lackluster. And the Pro version, well, it might just not leave you feeling all that pro for it, even though they have a pretty cool noir version. My name is Vos here on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. We're going to run through a MiniDoge Pro update and maybe some miners to consider as an alternative to this one. And of course, I work for our CMO here, our Chief Mining Officer, Tails Vos, the cutest Doge in the world. It's no surprise that mining this year is less profitable than last year. Cryptocurrency was going just nuts, right? But some cryptocurrencies have been hit harder than others. And also, sometimes I don't like getting hit. So I got to remind you that this is not financial advice, and a reminder that I'm a Doge dad. I'm not your dad. You do whatever you want to do. I'm not here to influence you. I'm here to make videos, reviews, tutorials, just do my thing, bring you real world mining profitability data, research, and you do with that whatever you want to do. And let me give you one of the reasons why the Mini D Pro sucks, okay? Emphasis on the Mini D, all right? This little Mini D right here, I'm dealing with some stability issues on it. It's gone down a couple times, but over the last couple of days, nothing's changed, and it's just kind of been doing a little bit worse. But let me note that it's only one of them. I've got two, and my other Mini D, he's rocking and rolling. Loud and proud, right? But let's recap a little bit more about like what we're talking about, the specs here and everything else. So specifically, we're talking about the Gold Shell MiniDoge Pro. I have the Noir version and also the RGB Silver version. This comes with a 300 watt power supply. If you buy from Gold Shell, you have to pay with cryptocurrencies. I'm not endorsing them or anything like that, but many of us have ordered from them successfully. Gold Shell did not send me the RGB miner. They did send me the Noir miner though to review, and I've already completed that review. You know, I'm making this video simply because I want to. Looking at the specs here, it mines the Script mining algorithm at 205 mega hash a second. Script consists of Litecoin, LTC, and Dogecoin Doge. Those are the two major cryptocurrencies on there, and they're actually almost always merge mined together, which is what I'm doing over here on DXPool. So DXPool is the mining pool I use. I've had better results there compared to say like F2 pool. If you do decide to join, we've got a link out down the video description below that supports the channel and more videos like this. So you can see it breaks down very simple and clearly how much I'm earning. Right, so we can flip it around from Litecoin to Doge. We can see our profits. We'll focus more on this one because it doesn't have the downtime, right? We can see the day-to-day breakdown. And what's nice is we can see how much we're earning per day. We can go back basically to any point and get all of our data. This is good to understand, you know, what we're doing, how everything's working out, tax purposes, and everything in between. So these are our numbers of how much LTC and how much Doge we are earning. And I invite you to grab one of these miners if you want to do so from Gold Shell directly, as they're in stock at the time of recording this video. If they're not there, they go in and out of stock. I'm gonna put a link down in the video description. It's important that you click that link to go there, not because I get some, you know, crazy money, and it actually shows up as an affiliate link, but they discontinued their affiliate program a couple years ago. It's actually just to make sure you end up on the official site. There are imposter sites. By using our VoskCoin short links, you make sure you don't end up on a scam fake site and, well, send a scam or cryptocurrency that you can't get back and it's game over. That's the worst thing ever. I also would like to bring up Coin Mining Central, who actually helped us source the RGB version of this miner, and they are a reseller of ASIC miners. So they actually have the Noir version in stock right now, and they do not seem to be stocking the silver RGB version, which I actually personally prefer. The black miner is cool. kind of like for your first one, but look, I'm a RGB fanboy, you know, if you will. And I understand their price is higher than buying from Gold Shell directly. That's not always the case. Gold Shell jacks their prices up, down, and around their stock, in and out. So again, you do whatever you want to do. We do have a referral link with Coin Mining Central and also a discount code you can punch in to help with that. But you may be wondering, Vosk, why are you even talking about buying this shit? And you said the years hasn't been going that well. So let's log into it and check out what's going on. If you don't know how to do this, I'll run through the basics real quick. So you need to find the IP address of the miner. I have that miner mining on Wi-Fi, which is never ideal. Ethernet is always better and preferred, but again, you know, I'm out of electricity in that area, so that's why I put it over there and put it on Wi-Fi. Both miners are actually on Wi-Fi for a relative semi-fair comparison there. So you click in the top right, you change it to English, then you need to unlock the device. Your default password is simply 1 through 9. Once you type that in, you click unlock. From there, we get access here into the device. You can see my firmware version is 2.2.1. And you can see my specs down here. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, not too much you can really do with this miner, especially on this firmware version. If you want to add a pool, well, you click add, and then you probably just click in one of these. And so like for me, I put VoskCoin, which is my username, on dxpool.worker name. So I put like MiniD, and then you can just put 123 as the password. I'm click cancel because I already have that stuff set up here. And just like that, you're off to the races mining with this. I'll drop this video link down in the video description below to make sure you end up in the right place here again. And that is going to be Gold Shell Miners firmware page on their GitHub. And once you get here, if it's your first time on GitHub, it might seem a little overwhelming. Take a deep breath and just look at the miner models. And just simply look for the miner you're looking for. So for me, right, I'm looking for the MiniDoge Pro. I see the MiniDoge Pro right here. Also, if you have the older version, just simply the MiniDoge, I highly recommend you update the firmware. Their early firmware, they had some stability issues among other things. Their later firmware has proven to be much, much better. So we can see that I have the firmware for the MiniDoge Pro here, and it's 2.2.4. And we cross-reference that with my firmware version, I'm on 2.2.1. This is one of the first things you do when you're troubleshooting your miner if there are no anything visibly wrong with it. They also have blinking LEDs on them. Depending on the way the LEDs are blinking, it is denoting a different error. Reference the data on the screen, and I'll link out to a resource of that so you can just kind of bookmark that, save it, you know, have it handy, whatever, for any of your miner troubleshooting needs. That's an excellent tool for troubleshooting. But the resource that's better than even that is joining the VoskCoin Discord server and posting a thread on VoskCoin Talk, our forum. Connect with our community, other miners, and get probably just real-time help and support. Forget Gold Shell, their support system is lackluster at best. But let's get to updating that firmware. So you're logged into the miner, you click on system, you come down here to the firmware version, you click the attachment icon, you double click the firmware file, and then, you guessed it, you simply click update. It'll upload the firmware to the device. Then it basically flashes itself and you'll log back in. Once you click update, don't do anything, don't click around, just leave it alone. Let it do its thing. If the bar stops, click on the home page, verify that it hasn't been updated, verify the miner is still on and mining and just operating basically as it was. You've essentially then confirmed the firmware update didn't work, it didn't go through. If that's the case, select the file again and click update again. When it does update, you'll hear the fan spin up very high. So if you have the miner near you, you'll definitely hear that it's doing something. As we can see here on the page, nothing really happened, nothing really changed. So let's click over to home.
A few moments later.
It's unable to get the history, so we refresh. What this means is basically the miner's offline, it's rebooting, it can't be reached. That's fine. A firmware update basically initiates a hard cycle. So that's pretty simple, pretty easy, pretty straightforward. A reminder if you're on Wi-Fi is that you're probably gonna have to plug in an Ethernet cable and connect it to your Wi-Fi network. Again, it's technically a beta feature, and that does not always translate when you update the firmware. So let's break down these mining profitability numbers. So I'm mining about 5.9 Doge a day. Dogecoin is down over 90% from its all-time high. Yeah, that's a lot. It's down significantly. And it's still down 73% over the last year. So it's only trading at about 7 cents per coin right now. So 5.9 Doge equates to about 41 cents a day. But don't worry, we're also mining Litecoin, so that will save us, right? Well, we're mining a good old whopping 0.00365 LTC. So don't fret, because Litecoin is only down 85% from its all-time high, and it's up 21% in the last 30 days. So, well, that should be pretty good, right? Like we got this, right? Yeah. About 23 cents a day. Okay. So yeah, we're making less than $1, and this thing costs like half $1 to run a day on a residential electric rate. But hey, if Dogecoin goes to $1, then we're mining over $6 a day with our LTC, assuming it does something, right? And if we're mining over $6 a day, and we're only spending about 50 cents a day in electricity, buying this miner for, say, like $350, actually is an incredibly profitable miner. But we're betting on a future all-time high for Doge, and that's really the only way to be positive and be hyped about this, other than just having fun, a hobbyist point of view. If you operate as a business, you can expense your electricity, consult an accountant and whoever else on that to make sure that's true and applicable for you, and all that stuff. And our numbers aren't odd or wrong or off or anything, right? I'm taking the numbers from the miner that hasn't had any downtime. This is projected on a residential electric rate of 10 cents per kilowatt hour to make $53 over the next year after you pay your electric bill. So this thing definitely is no cash cow, but we knew that it's a dog. It's a doggy miner. Isn't that how you say Dogecoin, how they say it on TikTok? But yeah, the fact remains that, one of my MiniDoge Pros hasn't been 100% stable. I've just updated the firmware, and I hope that fixes the issue. If it doesn't, I mean, that's pretty much all you can do other than change like the control board. We have a component issue here, or maybe a mining pool issue, but I don't believe that to be the case at all, because I have my other miners on there. They're doing fine, and I literally have the same miner on the same pool under the same stratum, which is like the mining pool connection, not having those issues. So it's always good to have two miners if you can do that, to be able to compare, to have that redundancy, to be able to test different pools and stuff at the same time. And there's a lot of fun things you can do by having just duality with your hardware. I don't think I used duality right, but I was just trying to get my word of the day in. Otherwise, I just have to sit here and wait and bleed. But did you get those two references? You did or you didn't? Just like you liked this video or you didn't. I hope you did. Thanks for watching. That's all I got today here on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. I hope you slapped that subscribe button harder than you've ever slapped anything before. Only if you're not subscribed yet. Don't hit it again if you're subscribed, because so you unsubscribe. That'll be an issue. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the MiniDoge Pro and what you want us to cover next year on the channel. As always, seriously, thanks for viewing, and I will see you on the next one.
Shine.